Hello, I'm Shelley from Lubin. Welcome to Lubin Optics Lab. Ever struggle with optical drawings? Worried about wrong picks or pitfalls? Today we'll walk through 3 typical Lubin optics drawings. From simple to complex, you'll learn every key parameter and select with confidence. This session answers 3 questions. Parts of an optical drawing. How to read key dimensions, tolerances, and optical specs. How to quickly verify mirror, Beamsplitter, and Plano-Convex lens drawings. For any optical drawing, start with the title block at bottom right. Think of it as the part's ID card. Let's use this mirror drawing as an example. First, check the model number. This is the unique ID for ordering and support. Product type, broadband dielectric planar mirror. Dimensions, 25.4 mm multiplied by 6 mm. A standard 1-inch diameter, 6 mm thick mirror. Wavelength range, 300 to 750 nanometers. Covering UV to visible. Material, UV fused silica. It's better for UV use than BK7. Weight, 6.69 gram. Once you've checked the basics, move on to shape and mechanical dimensions. This tells you whether it fits securely in your setup. First, diameter, 25.4 mm. Tolerance, 0 to negative 0.1 millimeter. So the actual size falls between 25.4 and 25.3 millimeters. This matches the standard 1-inch size. A perfect fit for our 1-inch mirror mounts. Thickness, 6 millimeters. Tolerance plus or minus 0.2 millimeters. This ensures rigidity and no deformation under clamping. Now look at the optical surfaces. The drawing labels them S1 and S2, the 2 faces of the mirror. We'll cover details shortly. Step 3 is the most critical, optical parameters. These determine whether the mirror meets your experiment's needs. Let's break them down one by one. First, coating. S1 has a broadband dielectric coating. Average reflectance is greater than 99%, across 300 to 750 nanometers. Angle of incidence, 0 degrees to 45 degrees. So you get high reflection at both normal and oblique incidence. Second, clear aperture. For a 25.4 mm optic, clear aperture is greater than 25.4 multiplied by 90% is equal to 22.86 millimeters. Only within this zone are specs like reflectance, surface figure, and roughness strictly guaranteed. Near the edge, chamfer and coating edge effects make performance unreliable. So when designing your beam path, keep the spot within the clear aperture. Third, surface quality, 2010 scratch and dig. Let's break this into 2 parts. 20 is the scratch grade. Think of it as scratch visibility and width, kept at a moderate to fine level, with no significant stray light. 10 is the dig grade. The largest pit or bubble diameter is no more than 10 micro. This assessment follows the U.S. military standard MILPR of 13,830B. Fourth, surface flatness. Lambda of 8 means PV figure error is less than or equal to lambda of 8, about 79 nanometers. Flatness directly affects reflected wavefront distortion. Lambda of 8 is a high-precision grade. It keeps wavefront distortion very low, ideal for paths that demand high wavefront quality. Fifth, parallelism is less than 3 arcmin. This ensures angular precision between incident and reflected beams, so you won't see beam drift in long paths. Now the chamfer. The edge has a 45 degrees chamfer, under 0.2 millimeters wide. It protects the optical surface from chipping, makes handling safe, eases installation, and reduces stray light. Finally, the rear surface, the S2 surface. This face is fine ground. Now that we've covered mirrors, let's move to a more complex drawing, the Beamsplitter cube. We'll read it the same way. Start with the title block. Similar to the previous drawing, the title block parameters are shown here. Now let's look at shape and structure. First, outer dimensions, side length, 50.8 millimeters, tolerance, 0 to negative 0.2 millimeters. This is the standard 2-inch cube, compatible with our 2-inch mounts and platforms. The key is identifying each optical face. This cube is cemented from 2 right-angle prisms. S1, S2, S3, S4 are the 4 clear faces. The internal diagonal faces are S5 and S6. The small dot marker tells you S5 carries the beam splitter coating. Now the critical angles. The drawing shows to 45 degrees marks. This ensures the reflected beam exits at exactly 90 degrees, the most essential structural spec of any beam splitter cube. Now let's break down the core optical parameters of this drawing. Clear aperture, 80%. The usable zone covers 80% of the full aperture. Make sure the beam hits the effective area. AR coating. All for clear faces have anti-reflection coatings. Average reflectance is less than 0.5%, across 400 to 700 nanometers. So surface reflection loss is minimal. No wasted optical power, beam splitter coating. On face S5, total transmittance and total reflectance are both 47% plus or minus 10%. Another key spec. The absolute value of T sub S minus T sub P is less than 10%. S and P polarized transmittance differ by under 10%. The absolute value of our S minus our P is less than 10%. S and P polarized reflectance differ by under 10%. So this is a polarization-independent beam splitter cube. No matter the input polarization, the split stays close to 50-50. Wavefront and surface flatness. Wavefront error lambda over 4. Surface flatness lambda over 4 at 633 nanometers. This shows high fabrication precision, very low wavefront distortion. So it works in interferometry and imaging setups. Fifth, prism angle tolerance, plus or minus 5 arcmin. Sixth, beam deviation. Transmitted beam 0 degrees plus or minus 5 arcmin. Reflected beam 90 degrees plus or minus 5 arcmin. These errors are tiny, so it's great for long paths, no beam drift. Seventh, other surfaces. All are fine ground. Eighth, adhesive. Faces S5 and S6 use NOAA 61 optical adhesive. That covers the cube beam splitter. Finally, let's look at a lens drawing, a Plano-Convex lens. We'll read it the same way. Start with the title block. The title block data is shown here. Now the shape and structure. For Plano-Convex lenses, the key is telling the flat side from the curved side and knowing which way light enters. Let's check the dimensions. Diameter, 25.40 millimeters. The standard 1-inch size. Compatible with our lens mounts. Thickness. Center 1.62 millimeters. Edge 1.00 millimeters. Typical Plano-Convex geometry. Optical surfaces. S1 is convex. S2 is flat. Radius of curvature R is equal to 130.16 millimeters. This directly sets the focal length. Key usage tip. For collimated input light, face the convex side toward the beam. For focusing a point source, face the flat side toward the source. This minimizes spherical aberration and gives you better focusing. Now let's break down the core optical parameters of this lens. Focal length and BFL. F is equal to 300.0 millimeters. Tolerance plus or minus 1%. BFL is equal to 298.9 millimeters. The distance from the flat surface to the focal point. When building your setup, use this BFL to position the focus. Clear aperture is greater than 90%. 90% of the full diameter is usable. The chamfered edge zone is excluded. Surface quality, 40-20 scratch and dig, and optical grade standard. That reduces scatter and protects image quality and SNR. Now figure accuracy, test wavelength, 630 to 0.8 nanometers. Convex S1 flatness, lambda over 2. Flat S to power, 3 lambda over 2. Surface irregularity, lambda over 4. Showing high precision and well-controlled spherical aberration. Centration error is less than 3 arcmin. Optical and mechanical axes are closely aligned, so mounting adds minimal aberration. Application range, calcium fluoride material, uncoated design. Usable from 200 nanometers to 8 micrometer. By now, we've covered mirrors, beam splitter cubes, and Plano-Convex lenses. Let's summarize a universal method for reading optical drawings quickly. For any Lubin drawing, Step 1. Check the title block, item, name, specs, material, weight. First, confirm it's the part you need. Step 2. Check dimensions, diameter or side length, thickness. Make sure it fits your beam path. And your mounts. Step 3. Identify optical surfaces. Know which face is the input, which is for reflection or splitting. Don't mount it backwards. Step 4. Check core optical parameters, coding, reflectance or splitting ratio, wavefront, angular deviation. Confirm the performance meets your experiment's needs. Step 5. Examine the manufacturing details, surface quality and chamfers. This concludes the mirror and beam splitter and the Plano-Convex lens as examples for demonstrating how to read optical drawings. From a simple single-surface mirror to a complex beam splitter cube, the core logic remains the same. If you have drawings for other Lubin products with unfamiliar parameters or questions on selection or optical setup, please leave a comment below. See you in the next episode.